Dear students, welcome to the recording of our pre-capstone webinar. We're excited to have you in our program, the Intercollege Master of Professional Studies in Homeland Security. And actually, this is your program. And you're most likely watching this recording as you are approaching the capstone phase, also often referred to as culminating experience in the Intercollege Master of Professional Studies in Homeland Security program. I am Alexander Sietschlag, as you probably know. I'm your program chair. And our program, as you also know, is intercollegiate. It is multidisciplinary, but focused on Homeland Security applications. So you went through, when you were relatively new in the program, you went through the Common Core Curriculum with the orientation course, and then HLS 801, HLS 803, and HLS 805. After that, you went on to specialize in a particular domain or in a particular discipline within the Homeland Security context. And within that specialization or option, you then pursued your further studies in our program. And also the capstone experience in the program will be brought to you by that particular specialization area, the base program or an option. But bear in mind, this is an intercollegiate program. You will be, if everything goes well for you, which I'm sure it will, given a diploma confirming you were conferred the degree of a Master of Professional Studies in Homeland Security. And then if you're in an option, the degree diploma will also list that option. But at the same time, the diploma confirms that you have acquired the qualification to pursue advanced studies in Homeland Security through your specific specialization area. Now, as you know, our program has no thesis, so you're writing no thesis at the end of the program, but you are having a capstone course or culminating experience within a capstone course. Now, often students are confused about the capstone course. Sometimes it is just seen as your last course or an additional course in the program, which is correct and is not correct. It is correct to the extent that it is a 4-credit course. You have to register for it, you pay the tuition fee, and then you actually have to be in that online course. But it is structured differently than the other courses you will have completed as you register and then then enter your capstone. It is different in a couple of ways. It is focused on high-level learning outcomes. You're expected to bring all your learning experience from the other typically 10 courses in the Intercollege Master of Professional Studies in Homeland Security program to the table, so you can perfect and round off your skills and outcomes in that culminating experience in that capstone course. And this really puts, as the name suggests, the cap. It's the final, step to make you ready for a continuing or new career in the Homeland Security mission space or related areas, based on the ability to conduct defendable analysis, produce, undertake, and communicate results of advanced study in Homeland Security, and at the same time demonstrate professional skills essential in the multifaceted Homeland Security mission space. But your learning outcomes in the capstone will really be focused on demonstrating that you have been able to actually, internalize and work based on the 7 chief outcomes that our program delivers to you as our students. And as you probably remember from reading the student guidebook or from discussions with your advisor or from the orientation course in the common core curriculum. Those 7 outcomes are: search and synthesize literature, to integrate homeland security principles into disciplines and professional fields in your respective specialization areas that don't necessarily have to be homeland security proper, but it can be related missions such as supply chain related, health related, things like that. But it all contributes to homeland security outcomes. So search and synthesize literature. Your capstone experience will give you ample opportunity to demonstrate that you're able to search and synthesize literature to integrate homeland security principles in your respective disciplinary studies. Then second, to integrate the use of disciplinary methods, techniques, and knowledge to solve practical problems. Third, identify and assess potential threats, vulnerabilities, and consequences in a context from local to global environments. Fourth, evaluate scientific evidence and best practice to inform and improve real-world decisions. Fifth, practice ethics and integrity as a foundation for analytical debate and conclusion. Sixth, apply leadership skills and principles to produce and act on information in a collaborative setting. 7, communicate the major issues of your discipline effectively to a diverse community of the Homeland Security enterprise. So these learning objectives, you will really demonstrate in your capstone course that you reach them. Like I said, capstone courses in our program are provided through the specialization area that you are pursuing, that you are concentrating on. Therefore, they differ. And the purpose of this webinar, among other things, is to give you an overview of within your program what capstone experiences look like in different specialization areas, while still providing the final building block to for you to earn your degree in Homeland Security and the advanced study thereof. However, the capstone will also challenge you to look, beyond your immediate area of specialization and recognize, appreciate, and integrate insight from related disciplines. This webinar, therefore, is structured in the following way. First, there will be a icebreaker presentation by Herb Wolfe, who is with the Penn State Center for Security Research and Education. Precisely, he is its associate director, and he is also professor of practice. He joined Penn State after a career in federal government, including serving on the National Security Council staff and the White House. So Herb is going to give a brief presentation on his recollection on his own capstones when he was a student, and how that readied him to then have that excellent career in the national security enterprise. And he will give you some recommendations and tips what to keep in mind as you are about to enter, and then as you are going to pursue your capstone, your culminating experience in our program. After that, we'll have a brief testimony or experiential report from a current student in their capstone course. In that case, Charlotte Becker in the base program of our intercollegiate program, and she is also already an active member of the Homeland Security workforce at local level in law enforcement. Then what follows are brief introductions and examples of capstone courses throughout the program, offered by respective lead faculty option directors in our program. You will have an opportunity to ask questions and get first-hand answers. I will then, after that, to round it off, conclude with a brief summary that seeks to connect what you will have learned about the culminating experience in the program with current strategic goals and objectives for the Homeland Security enterprise as listed and as brought forward in the Department of Homeland Security Strategic Plan 2020 to 2024 to demonstrate how the Capstone experience, while giving you, final graduate training in order to be able to conduct advanced study and analysis of Homeland Security, also gives you the final level of readiness, like I said before, that you require to, if you're already in the Homeland Security or National Security workforce, to advance with your career there, or to start a career in the mission space. Also, the Capstone at the same time can ready you, if you choose so, to pursue an academic career, either as an instructor or as a student who stays within graduate studies by, for example, continuing to pursue their PhD program. So the outcomes of that culminating experience are very comprehensive and ready you for a couple of next steps in your career. So that is important to bear in mind. Before I will pass on to the recording of the webinar, there is often the question from the student side, how do I register for the Capstone? So the answer is you finally register for the Capstone as you would for any other course, although it is different than the other courses in the program. So it's not just your final course, it's a culminating experience. I hope I made that clear. But it's a course like technically, it's on LionPath, and you have to sign up for it. And it's your 594 course. So for example, if you're in the Homeland Security base program, that will be HLS 594. If you are in the public health preparedness option within the Homeland Security Master of Professional Studies program, it will be PHP 594. If you are in the counterterrorism option, it will be political science 594, and so on and so forth. However, in most cases, those Capstone courses, those 594 courses, require permission from program to enroll. And we have that control on for a couple of reasons. First, we want to make sure that you really bring all the formal prerequisites, your prior courses to the table. Everything is in order because we want you to be, more than, I would just say 120% set up for success as you enter your Capstone. So therefore, what you want to do is, if you're in the base program, if you seek to register for HLS 594, you would contact my office, the central program office, to seek permission to register. And then the program academic support assistant will send you an email with instructions, and you would send that email to the university register, and then they would let you register. And after that, everything is like with any other course. If you are in an option, you would contact that option office or send an email to your option director, and they will get back to you regarding registration in the Capstone. So that is important to bear in mind, because there sometimes is confusion. Also to bear in mind, to sum up, is your challenge in the Capstone is really to demonstrate mastery across all 7 major learning outcomes for the program, as I just a couple of minutes ago reviewed with you. And then also to bear in mind, this is a academic challenge and a scholastic challenge because of the outcome of the program to for you to be able to conduct advanced study relevant to Homeland Security. But at the same time, as you know, this is a Master of Professional Studies, so we're also ready to enter or advance within the Homeland and also National Security workforce. So mission-based, relevant, practical outcomes will also be covered and part of your challenge in the capstone experience. So you want to set your mind to those dual set of expectations and your challenge to demonstrate excellence and mastery there across the board. With that, we covered everything without any further ado. I'd like once again to thank you for being our students. I'd like to congratulate you on entering the last phase, the culminating experience level of our program. And I hope you will find, I believe, I'm certain, you will find the following recording useful of the webinar, the pre-capstone webinar. If you then still have any questions or would like to follow up specifically, please do not hesitate to contact my office anytime, or please work with your respective option office and option director. Once again, all best for your final steps in the program as you are approaching the capstone phase. And now over to the webinar. Take care.